For today's Cyber CEO episode,
I have one Cyberbacker, 𝗙cie𝗳𝗹𝗶, who is my right and left hand. She not only handles all my inbound inquiries, emails, messages, she manages that calendar. She handles all the data entry of my notes, my billing, accounts payable, accounts receivable, recognition, customer appreciation. There's so much that she does for me all day so that when I look at my calendar, I'm actually dollar per hour pretty much all day. They were much better at many things than I was, and that freed so much of my time up to do what I really loved to do. So I'm highly leveraged. I work 3 hard days a week, and I have multiple businesses, all the way to real estate company, to coaching clients. So my schedule is quite hectic, and I coach and I train and I travel. So a lot of different things going on. So she manages all that. I'm now working 3 days a week. 𝗙cie does all that for me. And within 30 days, I went up to 45 contracts. So I more than doubled my income by bringing 𝗙cie in. And it took me 1 month. So I'm able to work like I'm 7 days a week and 3 days a week because of my leverage.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Jessica, how are you doing today?
I'm awesome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, we're very, very excited to talk to you about, of course, everything that's been going on with you and your Cyberbackers. But before we do that, how long have you been partnered with Cyberbacker?
So I've been partnered with Cyberbacker for a handful of years now, kind of since the beginning. And prior to that, worked with virtual companies of all sorts for about 20 years.
Oh, gosh. So really a ton of experience right there working with people who are virtual. How about in the business, though? Talk to me about that. How long have you been doing this?
So in real estate, I've been in the real estate business pretty much my whole adult career. And also now in coaching for the last 5 years. So I have used a virtual for all of that time in some capacity.
Gosh, so really a lot of experience with virtual people, of course, and in real estate. Now, talk to me about that. Working with people who are virtual. Was it a big change for you when you did it for the first time?
Of course, it's enough to work with somebody for the first time when you're used to working on your own. So you need to get clear on what you're giving away to do and what you want done. Doesn't matter if someone's sitting next to you or if they're digital and half the world away. You need to get clarity around that. And I think that's a mistake I made when I first got started. I didn't even know what I wanted to give away or what I was willing to give away. So once I figured that out, it became easier because I gave more and more away because I, built trust with my assistant and found that they were much better at many things than I was. And that freed so much of my time up to do what I really loved to do. So I had trust that they could do it better than me. So then I gave as much away as possible. So I'm highly leveraged. I work 3 hard days a week and I have multiple businesses. So I have real estate all the way to real estate company to coaching clients. I have 45 clients. So I'm able to work like I'm 7 days a week and 3 days a week because of my leverage.
I imagine there's a huge impact because of virtual leverage, of course, in the business. Now, talk to me more about your Cyberbacker. What's it like working with her every day?
So I have had many Cyberbackers in different roles that I've had. When I was in the office running and leading $1 million market center, I had ISAs that did a lot of back office work for our office, and I had an ISA appointment setter. So I had 2 different Cyberbackers at that point. Now that I'm out of that role and I'm coaching and doing independent contractor work, I have one Cyberbacker, 𝗙cie𝗳𝗹𝗶, who is my right and left hand. So I've worked with all in terms of sharing a Cyberbacker with a whole leadership team, working with an individual ISA, and now working with one person as my whole assistant.
So really, again, a lot of experience there just working with people who are virtual. But with the one that you have now, Sheila, talk to me more about it. Talk to me about tasks. Someone who's your left and your right hand. What do you ask her to do every day then?
So currently I coach approximately 45 clients all around the globe, different time zones. And she not only handles all my inbound inquiries, emails, messages. She kind of triages that every day for me to let me know what I do need to deal with. She manages that calendar. She moves that calendar around so that I can travel and do other trainings. She handles all the data entry of my notes, my billing, accounts payable, accounts receivable, recognition, customer appreciation. There's so much that she does for me all day so that when I look at my calendar, I'm actually dollar per hour pretty much all day.
A lot of success already in the partnership that you have with Cyberbacker, of course. Now, talking about that partnership, you mentioned earlier about trust. Building trust with the person you're working with, your Cyberbacker. How do you do that in a virtual partnership? Because we get that a lot here in Cyberbacker. How do I build trust with my Cyberbacker? How did you and your Cyberbacker do it? Yeah.
Phenomenal question. And simply put, if you had someone that worked with you every day in your same office space, same home office or office space that you have, or someone that is, 6-7 time zones ahead of you, the way you build trust is by spending time together, getting to know each other, learning about each other, sharing with each other about goals and what you want to accomplish in your personal life. So that's how you do it. You get to know each other. And Sheila and I know each other so well. We've accomplished so many big things personally together. I know what her big plans are. She knows what mine are. And when you have a relationship like that, that is built on trust. So that is how you get trust. It's not like you're hiring someone and because they're not near you physically, that you don't have care about their life and what they want to accomplish and who they are and what they do for fun and what they did this weekend. So when I start my Monday, we check in, how was your weekend? Or Sheila will mention, like, it looked like you had fun on the boat. We care about each other. So it's the same. It doesn't matter if someone is virtual or physical.
So really have to be very intentional, getting to know your Cyberbacker during the beginning, I think is very important of the partnership, right?
Yeah. And I think Sheila knows how important customer service is for everyone I work with. She knows how much I care about how my clients are taken care of. So she knows how important that is to me. So that's her number one priority all day. I didn't have to make rules for her. She just knows how much that matters. So when she's doing something in my behalf, she knows how to handle things because we talk, Yeah,
and a lot of communication, of course, in between. So talking about your Cyberbacker, then one last question. Can you give us an example of a success story that you've had with your Cyberbacker in the past few years that you've been working with her? Maybe any numbers that you could share too.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to give you perspective, the first week that we worked together, we worked a couple hours every morning together, and we wrapped the day for about a half hour every day together for about 2 or 3 weeks. Fast forward to month 2, 3, 4. That really came down in terms of time. Now by month 6, we spend together maybe a total of 90 minutes a week because, I do a lot of the same things. I don't do something different every 15 minutes. So, when we need time together, we use the Google platform because that's what we're working from. Google Chat, Google Voice, Google Email, Google Drive. So we function like that together. So she can tell me if she's stuck on something or needs me to review something or wants me to look at something in Command or Canva or whatever, so she can keep going. So we interact like that, but we're not having to stop everything we're doing to have a Zoom or have a meeting. However, 3 days a week, we habitually start our morning together. And that meeting is a total of 30 minutes. Most days we don't need the whole 30. So you can get into a cadence like that quickly, but you need to give it the time to get to know each other. You wouldn't drop a list on someone that you just hired if they were physically there either. So you just got to keep perspective. Now, to answer your question more fully, for me, I work with about 45 contracts in 3 days. So I have 15 clients a day. So my schedule is quite hectic, and I coach and I train and I travel, so a lot of different things going on. So she manages all of that. And I was able to go I had a capacity of about 21 clients by myself. I was entering my own notes, putting stuff in, and I was working 4 or 5 days a week. I'm now working 3 days a week. Sheila does all that for me. And within 30 days, I went up to 45 contracts. So I more than doubled my income by bringing Sheila in. And it took me 1 month.
30 days. Doubled the income.
And those are all the things I don't like to do either. Like, it was so funny. I would put things off and it would be so far behind. I'd be like, it's like taxes, right? It's like bookwork. Nobody likes to do it. Well, Sheila has all my notes, everything in the day I do it. It's so sharp. I'm like, I am so much better because of that as well. So I was able to double my capacity. I'm having way more fun. I'm working fewer days and I'm doing it so much better. So there's an idea of what that can do in terms of impact. Now, flip it to real estate sales. Sheila does help my husband on some things. His database, we gave his database an extreme makeover. We do data mining, we do marketing, those types of things. So she does all those things in addition to what she's doing for me, because he wasn't totally all in on his database, and now he is. So that's immeasurable.
An immeasurable impact by your Cyberbacker, of course. Now, that's the exciting part. It's only been a few months that you've been working together. Imagine what you guys can do, let's say, in 3 years time, right?
Right. And, that's one of the things I'll mention about Cyberbacker versus other companies. Not only do I love the heart of this company because of how our Cyberbackers are taken care of, opportunities are given, growth, profit share, all those wonderful things. Because the company is so great, there isn't the turnover issue that I used to have, be it an ISA, be it an admin, since I had worked with so many other companies. Truth is, after I had kind of gotten into momentum with most of my previous virtual assistants, 7 months, 1 year in, I'd have turnover. And, I always was a very generous employer. So I didn't feel like it was me. I figure it was some other element of it. But we don't have that turnover. So 𝗙cie, who was one of our ISAs when I was in the TL role, I think he's been with us for 4 or 5 years now. Same guy. He's part of the team. He's just as much of that team as our MCA, our team leader, are. So super cool.
A lot of strong, and of course, a lot of impact right there by your Cyberbackers. Now, before we go, though, one last thing. I forgot to tell you, all of them are going to be able to listen to this once we have this online. So before we end, would you want to give them a quick shout out on the show?
Yes, I want to give a shout out to Sheila, 𝗙cie, all the great Cyberbackers that work with my clients like Pringle. And I know so many of you, Kate, you guys are all great. And you changed the whole trajectory of those market centers that you work with. So you're awesome. Appreciate you guys.
Now, we are very, very excited to seeing the continued growth and success of this partnership. And of course, Jessica, thank you very much for being on the show today.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.